Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. Now today I've got a very special ration. I've been able to source a Taiwan Type B. Now these are very rare, they're very difficult to come by, and this was kindly sourced to me by a kind subscriber from Taiwan. So let's get this on a table and see what this pack contains. And so I now have here on the table this Taiwan Type B ration. Now these are very difficult to come by and they're quite rare. These are the latest up-to-date versions. There's not many of these around, and this was kindly sourced to me by one of my subscribers, so thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. There is a list of contents in Chinese on the back and the calorific values. There is the Taiwan Armed Forces logo on the front there, and a little pair of sticky tabs just holding the edges down. So let's get this open and see what this pack actually contains. So having opened the tabs, there is a little tear strip along the edge there. We'll just peel that down the top. Opens nicely. Now I have the older version of these, and it was pretty much just biscuits and nothing much more. So it'll be interesting to see how they've developed, how they've changed. So straight off the top we have what looks like an energy juice drink. So an energy drink. That wasn't in the previous versions, the earlier versions. We have some jellies. There's some little jelly candies there. 4 little jelly candies. We have some chocolate syrup. Use hot or cold, so I think that's a chocolate drink. We have 2, 3 energy bars. There is some dried cranberries, and very conveniently they're all in English as well, which is very useful. We have some, I think that is beef jerky, and there is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with the army logo there. 7 chocolate biscuits, I believe, chocolate chip cookies, and finally I think that feels like a little trash bag or wet nap. Actually feels like a wet nap. I'll do a translate and get a full description of these. So that is the contents of this Type B Taiwan ration. Much improved over their earlier versions. There was a lot more contents in here, and let's get this on a tray and see what they look and taste like. And as you can see, I now have here on the tray this Taiwan Type B ration, and as we've just seen in the unpacking, there is quite a lot of repetition. There is 7 biscuits, all the same style. There is 3 energy bars, some dried cranberries, an energy juice type drink, some chocolate syrup and some jerky. So let's start off looking at this interesting energy drink. Now I don't know if you can see that there, it does say it's a special drink to supply carbohydrates equivalent to a rice ball, and it's a source of energy for busy people and athletes. So this is something new to the pack, with enough carbohydrate equivalent to a ball of rice. So it looks very much like the British pouches that you get with the fruit. So I'll just crack that open for now, and we'll come back and have a look at that in a moment. I think we'll open just one of these biscuits. There is 7, and it's a shame to waste them, and they are all identical, so we'll just open one of these packet of chocolate biscuits. So I thought they was chocolate chip cookies. It looks like they're actually chocolate flavoured cookies, but there is 2 in each pack. So with the 7, that is 14 of the chocolate biscuits. We have a look at this beef jerky. Little tear strips on the side there. Again, that's a whoops, fall into pieces, but a typical looking style sort of jerky mix there. Just wipe my fingers, just feel a little bit greasy. Again, there is 3 identical of these energy bars, so just for demonstration, again, save waste, I shall open just the one. I do actually use the rest of these in my walks, my camping trips, so there is an energy bar there. It's a shame to open them when I don't need to, especially when they're all identical. We have a candy, a soft jelly candy, so again there is 4 of those, so for this demonstration we should just open the one just to have an idea what they actually contain. Now there is 1 packet of dried cranberries. There we go, rip the corn off there, and we'll empty a few of those out to see what we have. And there is also what I believe, and by reading the translations, the dual purpose chocolate syrup. It does say in small print there, very small print, the translate says can be used on the biscuits cold or into a hot beverage, so I might try a little bit of both. So we'll just take the corner off this chocolate syrup. I might need to bring in a old friend there just to help me nick the edge there, and I think we'll try it as both versions. I do have a cup here ready. So where do we start? I think I'm intrigued to have a look at this energy drink or juice. Now it's a little screw cap. I'm going to bring in a Chinese spoon. There was no spoon in this ration, and first off I'm going to squeeze a little bit into that. So it's a clear looking liquid, clear looking gel. Very strange. It is a jelly, a very thin jelly. It is semi-set. I think that was the first liquid. Here it comes now. I think that was the liquid off the top. There is a thicker gel now forming. Strange consistency. Pleasant flavour. I would say slightly, possibly strawberry, or maybe a more of an exotic fruit, maybe like a lychee or something like that. It's a very mild fruit flavour, and the gel in the UK, I don't know if it's the same around the world, we have a wallpaper paste. It's a powder we mix with water when we're putting paper on the walls. The consistency is very much like the glue we use here as a wallpaper paste. People in the UK will know exactly what I mean, the consistency of, but it has the sweet flavour of a berry, possibly a strawberry, or maybe something more like a lychee, but it is interesting, tasty, nothing wrong with that, just a different texture to something I'm used to, but it is actually enjoyable. And if it does contain the energy of a whole ball of rice, a nice energy booster. So let's have a look at these chocolate biscuits. As we say, there is 2 per pack, and there is 7 packs, so there's 14 of these biscuits in total. This is the chocolate variety, not chocolate chip. Looks like the whole cookie, the whole biscuit is chocolate. Crispy. Delicate chocolate flavour, not overpowering in chocolate, but certainly goes right through the biscuit. There is a delicate chocolate flavour there. Sweet, crispy, crunchy, tasty. I'll try a little bit of this syrup. So there's a little bit of this syrup, hot or cold syrup, on the biscuit there. Dark chocolate, like a frosting, a thick chocolatey coating. Just give the biscuit a little bit more moisture, a little bit more chocolatey flavour. But I think I'm going to try the rest as a beverage, so I shall put the majority of it into the cup, keeping a little bit back to have a little bit more of the biscuits later. Spilling it all over my fingers there. So like a chocolatey syrup. I do have some hot water, so I'm just going to pour about a quarter of a cup. I don't think this is going to take a large cup, a large mug. See how we go. So that is about a quarter of a standard UK mug of water there. Give that a good stir, get it to dissolve. It does appear to have made a sort of chocolatey style hot drink. A taste of that. I think even there, slightly too much water. It's quite dissolved, but it's a pleasant, mild chocolate. It's not as strong. It's not as strong as a proper drinking chocolate or a standard UK style drinking chocolate, but it is a hot chocolatey drink. Very mild on chocolatey flavour. We'll just try like we do here in the UK. Dunking the biscuits there. So it's a nice way of having a biscuit. I'm able to dunk it in the drink, or as a bit of frosting for the biscuit. Nice, sweet, universal chocolate syrup. As I'm on the sweets there, I'll move along to some of these dried cranberries. Now, this is only about a quarter of a packet. They just look like dried fruits. Sweet, fresh tasting, very much like a raisin, sultana, typical dry berry fruit. Nice and sweet, nice and fresh. Another little bit of extra sweetness. I'll take a look at the energy bar. It does look like there is some possibly chocolate chips in there. Breaks nice and easy. I think they are little pieces of dried fruit as opposed to chocolate. They do have the consistency of a raisin or a date or something along those lines, but crispy, crunchy, sweet. Very non-distinctive taste. It's very difficult to sort of describe that taste. I have tasted that before. It is a dried fruit. There's a bit of dried fruit in there. Very similar tasting to the chocolate biscuits, and the fruit may even be extra cranberries. It does feel like there might be a cranberry fruit in there. But again, just sugar packed, sugar laden, nice, sweet, enjoyable. And for a taste of the chocolate again. Cleanse my palate. I think before we go any further, the only sort of meat is this little piece of jerky. So there's a little piece that's actually broken off there. So it's a nice chunk. Very chewy. And taste, I wouldn't say it's like a teriyaki, or I wouldn't say it's a barbecue. Very chewy. I would almost say there's a cinnamon background flavour to that. Slightly spicy, slightly hot. There is a little bit of kick. I can feel a kick, like a bit of chili kick. I don't know if I'm eating, because I've eaten it with the biscuits, I'm guessing that flavour. But it's almost, to me, tastes like it's a spicy cinnamon flavour meat jerky. Very chewy, as you can see. Breaks apart quite easily. But it's a very strange cinnamon flavoured sort of jerky bar. Just I was just having another piece there. It does seem like maybe a cinnamon spice, strange flavour, but a nice chewy piece of meat. Now we'll have a look at the candy, jelly candy. ginger. Certainly a ginger flavour. There was a little bit of ginger in the energy bar. That is the background flavour I was looking for. Now I've tasted the ginger candy, it's brought it back to me. There is a small amount of ginger in the energy bar. A little bit of mouth cleanser. And finally, I think this is the wet nap. We'll have a look at the wet nap. It is a little damp, moist towelette. Very similar consistency to the British Beyond the Beaten Track. It's a large, stretchy towel. A mild smell, a sort of baby wipe, lanolin maybe sort of smell if anyone's got babies. Very much like a baby wipe. Moist, strong, stretchy, very strong, good quality wipe. So, very brief recap. Energy gel, strange consistency, very much like a wallpaper style paste or glue that we have here in the UK. A flavour of, I would say, like a mild strawberry, maybe a more exotic fruit like a lychee. A delicate fruit flavour, but it is a clear liquid gel. Obviously it says iron energy. The biscuits, certainly plenty of them. 7 packs, 2 per pack, 14. Delicate chocolate flavour, nice crisp, nice crunch. Good all round tasty biscuit. Sweet chocolate flavour through the entire cookie biscuit. The chocolate syrup goes equally well as a frosting or a topping. Nice sweet chocolatey dark chocolate. Does make a hot drink, hot beverage. Needed a small amount of water. I used 1/4 of a mug and I think that was a little bit too much. So you wouldn't use much water. But it does make a chocolatey drink, and with it being hot it does give you an option of dunking those dry chocolate biscuits. The jerky, for me, this was the strange one in the taste. Texture of jerky, toughness of typical sort of meat jerky, but it has a flavour, in my opinion, of cinnamon or ginger. I wouldn't say it's a typical teriyaki sort of flavour or barbecue flavour. Very difficult to describe if you've not had that flavour before, but it is a typical beef jerky, meat jerky, dried, chewy jerky bar. The energy bars, very similar to eating the cookie or the biscuit. There is a slight ginger and fruit content in there, but again, just a general sweet, crunchy, crispy biscuit or cookie style. The candies, jelly candies, lots of flavour. It is a ginger flavour candy. And the cranberries, nice, good quality, dried fruit, very similar to a raisin or sultana you find anywhere around the world. So, overall, very interesting, very heavily dependent on cookies and similar sort of high energy foods, but interesting, tasty, and certainly have no problem finishing any of that. So I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification button for future videos coming very soon. So thank you and goodbye.